it is too much holding your hand of where to go, because then it's pure execution. Doesn't feel like you can do any gambles really. And as you're saying that,
We're off. We've got rupees in Link's house and a piece of heart in the sanctuary. 3 of our runners are going straight for escape, and Aerie is heading straight for Lost Woods. Plasma missed his sign.
and I don't think even James FNX even tried the triple, probably hoping to do the one up by Sanctuary. And so far we have not actually seen any map checks, which we usually get very, very early.
Yeah. Aerie just showed us the tier 1 triple is blue rupees. Oh, and the crab has bombs.
That is very handy. And 300 rupees from the cess by the uncle. That is also very nice.
We're going to get a peek early at Lumberjack. And it's just a blue rupee.
Aww.
So now
we're gonna get our runners synced up a bit as well. That's why the random pauses happen. Yes, again.
Yep. And looks like everyone's heading for Kakariko. Magnificent is going to farm some bombs on the way. Everyone else is heading through from Sanctuary. There's our map check. I saw 2 crystals and a pendant, and that's a mirror.
Really nice. So the reason why we saw more doing the bottom sector is because 2 of those bushes have a 50% chance of giving you bombs. So they are very nice.
Yeah, and Magnificent sees a sword at the race game. He's gonna go for it.
Yeah, definitely a good choice. We also see a blue mail for Plasma Kappa. That one must have been at the drop down. Or where was that?
It might have been a misclick.
Okay. I see that now.
So Aerie is making an interesting play. He's not going to CAC. He's going to go do the South Shore. He's got 10 bombs, so more than enough to do the South Shore plays.
Yeah, I do like this play because you have the mirror so you can speed up the damn sec here pretty quickly, but it also is because that he possibly want to find the Bala before going here. And we did see that the library was the flute.
Yeah, so we're gonna probably see Boots somewhat early. We'll have to see. It depends on what Meyer is too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also find the glove down in Blindside. But if we don't get the book, that is our access to Desert Palace. So yeah, definitely might see those ones coming quickly. And we do also see Error also decides to go to Agina Cave. But yeah, so far the Kakariko is pretty dry of bombs. You basically have to either buy the bombs from the window or from the merchant who has a free bomb.
So, looking at how these runners have decided to use their bombs, it can be a bit of a risky play sometimes. Since the randomizer took the bomb expansions out of the item pool, there's more bombs now available. So some runners will take the gamble of hoping they'll find bombs in one of these first few drop downs, rather than Blindside or the well. Sometimes it pays off, you get your bomb, sometimes it doesn't, and if it doesn't, it's a risk because then you have to potentially loop back around to blow up those walls later.
And we find a single arrow at the back of Kakariko well. It's good that that one is removed. And how did that Minamoto not die?
Meanwhile, sick kid holding on to a sharp knife. We got a master sword.
That's very, very nice find. And we got a shovel in Minimoldon Cave, some more bombs, big 20, and a hot container. So a lot of one-shot locations being revealed here pretty early.
Yeah. So This is kind of interesting with what they've got. Getting a power glove and a mirror early could consider the sequence break for a Hera dip, though without a fire source, it's not necessarily completable.
Yeah, and they don't, and there's only really Mark who right now has any way of actually fighting up there. So I don't think we see any runners go there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and error takes a game over from the crabs. They really do hurt early.
yeah, that's rough. James and Plasma should be picking up swords here too, so they'll have their firepower as well. And oh yeah, Mark's came through in the south, so he's gonna go check Lost Woods now and get that mirror. Airy not gonna go back for Ice Rod Cave. It's one out of the way location at this point, so he's gonna work his way into CAC.
Yeah, that will be his only way out of location here because he was over at Gina Cave earlier, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And he finds some more rupees from the dig spot.
So yeah, we've got Plasma, James, and Mark all finishing up in CAC. They're most likely going to go switch to South Shore. Aries is going to do his CAC checks. We'll see what they do after that. The other location they could check that's going to be full of items would also be, well, Back of Escape. And in addition to that, Saharsala and potentially a dip into Eastern.
Yeah, and even then, they could still check the first part of the castle. And if they can do dark rooms, they can decide to go down into T-Cross room. The dark cross room.
Mark's going to give us a look at the Back of Escape. And rupees, small key, piece of heart. He's not going to attempt the dark room.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies in there, and it can be pretty hard to find that rat with a small key.
If you're quick, you usually can get him isolated to the bottom left-hand corner of that room. But yeah, if you take too long, the rat gets away and it becomes very difficult.
Yeah, at that point you would want to have red cane instead when using those shots to possibly find him. But it's still very, very tough.
So as these runners are kind of retracing some of each other's steps right now. And looking at today's race, we have 57 people in the race, which has kind of been about normal for what we've seen in our races lately. So definitely a good size race. Be interested to see how this one ends up playing out.
Yeah, definitely here on the Sunday weeklies, those ones do reach this level of participant quite often.
Also going through everybody's sprites. Today we've got Airy using the Phoenix Wright sprite. No, sorry. No, Airy's using the Dark Link. Plasma's using the Phoenix Wright. Mark's using Naked Link. And James, I think that's from BS Zelda, like the BS girl, I think, technically. I'm not 100% sure about that one.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. I generally only play with maybe 4 or 5 different sprites and don't really think about the others. But we are gonna get an Ice Rock set here from Plasma. We did not see earlier from Arrow was here due to some horrible crab pathing, so we're gonna have to see what it is. Oh, that's the bombos. That could be important if we don't find Fire Rod and the Ice Palace is needed.
Yeah, so bombos may be useful. We won't know for a little while, but you never say no to that. It's some safety for later on.
And it also makes Ice Palace also beatable earlier, and if you don't get half magic, it definitely can help against the fighting in Cold Step.
And James is going to give us a look at Saharsala. 3 items back here.
Yeah, what does he hide in his closet today?
Let's see what we got. We've got 20 rupees, a lamp, and 20 rupees. And we've got the Aga package.
And it looks like Plasma Kappa did decide to head into to the back of Escape to get that T-Rock chest. And he did use bombos to get the rat, which was a pretty cool tactic there. However, James FNX is right on his heel, and he does have the lamp, so it will be a lot easier for him.
Looks like Plasma's getting through this pretty well. Yep, he's
Yeah,
in the
looks
Dark
good.
Cross room.
It looks good. Oh, there is it.
We couldn't see. He save and quit. I'm guessing he heard something.
Yeah, he probably heard that it wasn't anything special here, because we would have seen the menu go up.
There's the
And
menu
I
going
don't
up
see-
right. I don't see
I don't see
anything.
anything. It looks like the FNX will go to the start of Escape as well. We do have technically access to Aga at this moment, and he might not want to go to Eastern yet, because it is a crystal and you don't want to generally double dip crystal dungeons. Eastern might be a little bit of another rule there, but that's generally what you don't want to do.
So Ares making a sequence break for him up Death Mountain, gets a red shield. Now, well, we do have the Aga package here. Ooh, James finds an ice rod in the front of Escape. While we have the Aga package, we don't have a Moon Pearl yet, so even if you go to Dark World, you can't really do anything. So it's not very... It doesn't look like a very good option at this point. But if we get a Moon Pearl, that's going to start to look good.
Yeah, according to the logic, with the lamp from Salsala, we have Hera beatable at this point, so could definitely be something important in that pendant dungeon.
Ares going to check a hint, and it's joke. Yep, both Mark and Plasma doing the Eastern dive.
And it looks like Hera doesn't want to continue up to Hera just in case that one is fire locked.
Which is a good move, especially since it's a pendant. If it was a crystal, you might take the chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we missed this. We get the Titan's mitts in Eastern, so that does actually lower the Aga chances a bit. Now all we need is a Moon Pearl for Dark Worlds.
Yeah, but this could very well be one of those seeds where we will find the Moon Pearl on the pyramid. I'm hoping it's not, because I would never want to curse any runner of having to do Aga 1, but I'm starting to get my suspicions a bit. Oh, there's the Moon Pearl.
Yep, there's our Pearl. There's our Dark World access.
So, required a double dip Eastern.
Now, for what it's worth, that doesn't take Aga out of the equation yet, because all we have access to is Western Dark Worlds. Without Flippers or Hammer, we don't have access to East yet.
That is a very good point, actually. I see someone hoping for Hammer to be on Pyramid Ferry.
But for now, Mark is going to take that Dark World access, he's going to go to the Dark World.
Yeah, pretty good decision from him. And we see that Turtle Rock is required, so it's a good thing that they found the Ice Rod, but we also see that the 6 crystal is Mayu and Ice Palace, as well as Turtle Rock being green pendant.
Interesting alignment. We have vanilla dungeons for Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, we do actually, now that I think about it. I do also like seeing Turtle Rock being a green pendant. That is one where we usually see a few runners decides to just full clear once they do that. So getting a green pendant from that is pretty nice. And we did also see that another pendant was a swamp, which is what we don't want.
We got James gonna dip pendant Hera, as Mark's dipping pendant Thieves Town. There's a hint for Western Swamp, which doesn't fully help because we don't know what's behind that big key in Western Swamp.
Nope. At least we know what the big key is, in case we need it.
James did find out that so far Hera is not fire locked, and we've seen one item in Hera. Oh, Mark found the bow in Thieves Town.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. I always love seeing pedants dive earning you one of the required items, so that's pretty nice find. But it was at the beginning as well, so we are gonna have to assume most of our runners will pick up that pretty. And the unique item can be dug up.
That means Dig Game has something. Since
Yeah,
we've
because
already
we
seen the
saw
dig spot.
Yeah, we saw that, and that wasn't anything unique. So that is very good hint for James FNX. However, we do usually see people doing that one regardless, as we see now with Mark, because he said no.
Yep, Mark's gonna show us what that unique item is.
What do you think it is?
Let's see some boots.
Yeah, we want those boots because of the flute, and it is pretty easy to get it because it does have the mirror, so it will be a pretty quick one to go. No, it's the book actually.
Okay,
The one that would be on library.
So potentially useful. Don't know yet.
Yep.
Mark's gonna go grab the Frogsmith. Could take the Frogsmith straight back to his house in the light world. He's got the mirror, and that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, on that league match that was earlier between Super Nintendo and Uzambaba, this Smith was literally what made Super Nintendo win, because that was Silver's, and it was Master Sword again this time around. So I'm hoping for something good today as well. That is what I'm saying. Nope, a piece of art today.
Now, with that mirror and with the book, Mark could grab the purple chest right now. Yep, he's going to do that. Can take that to Gary, get it unlocked, and then go straight left from there and check Bombo's tablet.
At the same time, he can also do Stumpy and the K45, so it's pretty good routing from him here. He could also choose to go up and do Hype Cave also directly after.
We're gonna get the cave south of the grove checked. Known by many as Cave 45.
The cave of many names.
And it's just 10 arrows in there, so we're gonna keep looking.
We see that Error decides to do Skull Woods check. We've already been there. I did not see what we found there though.
Answer a quick question, chat. The reason it's called Cave 45 is because I believe a map of the game listed it just as Cave 45. I'm not exactly sure what map it was, but that's why a lot of people refer to it that way.
Yeah, I think it was something along those lines. We see also Mark dropping off the chest over there just so that he doesn't have to go too far to backtrack too much to get to K45 later, and Hype Cave.
Here's our Hype Cave check. 5 chests, and we start with the Fire Rod.
Okay, pretty good to start with.
Art container, 20 rupees boots, and a piece of heart. That's a pretty good Hype Cave.
I'm gonna give that one an 8.
So that means we can full clear Desert and Skull Woods right now.
Yeah, and if you use a fake flipper, you can go ahead and do Ice Palace as well. And you can also head over to the Mayo area to check what is needed over there, because after this we're gonna have to assume Mark is just gonna go up and get up to Kakariko to get the...
Well, you could fake flipper to ice, but without the hammer, you can't finish it right now.
Yeah, that is true.
Though with Swamp Pendant, fake flippering to ice is not necessarily a bad idea. Especially if that's what you need for go mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mark, even with that book, he's not going to go to Desert right now. He's saved and quit.
Yeah, he has the mirror, so he's probably gonna get to Desert via...
Oh, he's going to go pick up...
6.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the flute. Yeah, okay.
First we got King's Tomb though, so that one is gonna be checked first. And at the same time we see Error over at Graveyard Ledge.
And we haven't seen Graveyard Ledge. Not a lot of people like to check this.
Yeah, that's because there is a hint about it, but we have not found that one yet. Oh, it has Tempered.
You'll take that. That's worth the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything for the Silverless Master Sword Ganon.
Mark's gonna check the bonk rocks. And there's another bottle.
We have found a lot of bottles so far in these hits. And we're gonna see the hint here in Swamp, and that's just a joke hint.
So Plaza heading to Hype Cave, gonna get his Fire Rod and boots. James is in Thieves Town, gonna get his bow.
We do also see what a few runners have decided to do is wait with second Lumberjack until you have the boots, because it wouldn't be even viable yet until after you got it.
Ares also tipping Thieves Town, gonna get that bow, so everybody but Plasma is likely gonna have that bow.
Yeah, but he's probably gonna get that one while getting the flute. Oh, but he's eventually gonna have to end up here.
And he wanted to go to East Dark World, but he can't right now. Now with boots, you could sequence break to East Dark World, but it can be a little tricky.
Yeah, absolutely. It requires basically a water walk.
James is sticking in Thieves Town. Didn't leave after getting the front items.
That's actually quite... That could be played to his advantage because of the others just leaving after the bow. Just imagine if the hammer would be in here.
I don't know how many items are in the front. I want to see James's inventory to see how many are left in this dungeon.
That wasn't. Oh, that was even a wrong one, so whatever. I checked the wrong screen when I saw the point.
Yeah, Mark is gonna go do Skull Woods. He can full clear this, get a crystal.
Good choice.
Alright, James gonna check the chest up here. 10 arrows.
We have not seen the small key yet, so we can imagine that it could possibly be one item left in here.
Yeah, we haven't seen the small key. The last chest the small key can be in is in Blind Cell. Plasma's also going to go finish, or yeah, I think he's going to finish Skullwoods. I think there's an item in the
He was
back.
here earlier, and I have not looked too much into Skullwoods yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see. I do like this play of going here, well, because he has the mirror. You could argue that doing moth first, just see if that one is an item.
Yeah, usually in this situation, I'd like to do Moth first, see if it's an item. Oh, got the blue boomerang. Oh, James takes a death.
Yeah, he took
Got
a hit
sniped.
from behind the hyena there.
And he's gonna go give us another shot.
Interesting.
I'm kind of waiting to see if James pulls up his inventory to see what he's got left in here. Don't know if he's going to, though.
Yeah, I don't think he will with the fact that he's going in here again.
Alright, our tracker says that there is one item left in here.
Okay.
And we also do have the green pendant, so that could be an item as well.
Yeah, you can because like, you could say there's 2 items left in here.
We got Marth taking on the Moth, and Mothula's down.
Very good fight from him. Moth actually don't have that many health. It generally is because of all the spikes that makes him absorb a bit of the damage that makes it feel he has a lot more than he actually.
Yeah, this is a tricky fight. Plasma's taking it on too. Remember, this was a green mail 8 hearts for these runners. Plasma does have a red potion and uses it.
Yeah, that is quite a dangerous fight then. Oh, we're gonna get a ped check here from Mark.
Cape.
Oh, that is Cape. That's interesting to say the least.
We haven't seen Bumper Ledge yet.
I think we have.
We have?
Yeah, it's just bombs.
Oh, then never mind. Yep, that won't be needed then.
Rip ped, indeed.
James is going to take on Blind.
And yeah, for you guys who said bumper was checked, it was just bombs there, so we are not gonna see Aga be completed just because of that. We could still see though Aga being beaten just if the horrible little hammer is on that side of Dark Death Mountain and we don't get flippers.
Well, we've got the green pendant. We'll have to see when James decides to turn that in to see if it was a good play.
Oh, imagine that one being the hammer. That it would be horrible, but at the same time, really cool because you could chain that together with doing pod and Easton.
Airy gets his fire rod and boots, gonna save and quit.
James is gonna see what the unique item from his hint was. Now, one thing you could do here with the bomb jump, if you do have boots and there is wall close to the gap, you could use boots to get a few more pixels for the bomb jump.
Mark checks bump. Mark check bunker ledge got his tempered. Haven't seen anybody go for desert yet. I think Mark's gonna go for it now.
He's not even. He's just gonna take the desert ledge and it's gonna fly back there. Good choice. Doesn't have to think about it more than.
Now this could be interesting if Bombos is the medallion to get in. If it is, we can at least get into Mire. Can't finish it. Nope, it's Ether.
Okay then, that ruined that train of thought. And we do see a few salutes in sats as well. Because the goose is loose. Oh, I love to hear the sound when someone flutes to the wrong location.
Aries also going to the Mire Desert area.
We see Mark heading into desert because he couldn't enter Mire yet. And he gets a small key on the torso, which means that it is boot locked. Oh,
and there is a hint.
that's actually a really good hint for Mark because he had not has have the ice rod yet, so that's a really good hint.
Yeah, that's gonna be a relief to a lot of runners to see that hint.
Oh, I think James might have forgotten where Flute was because he he's walked all the way over to desert. He did not even sprint there. Yeah, he hasn't been to Hype Cave yet. That's actually quite far you go without that.
Yeah, that's kind of bad the way he routed that. I mean, I don't want to say bad, but more unfortunate because there's so much good there. We get the flippers in desert.
Ooh, and that one is locked behind the small key which was on the tours. Ooh, that is not good news for James.
Mark's gonna go for land molas.
And we are actually gonna see Plasma Kappa getting Bowler here in a moment.
Oh, I missed where he picked up that third sword.
Yeah, me too.
Oh! Nope, I guess our tracker just got ahead of himself.
Oh, thank you so much, Tracker, for baiting me.
But grabbing those flippers does officially mean Aga's dead. Fortunately for these runners, you kind of didn't want to see that because it starts to put Swamp into logic.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are gonna see James heading over to Eastern now. The longer he takes to go to Hype Cave, the more behind he gets at this point. He's not even going into Eastern, even though he has the bow. That is quite interesting.
I think they got all 3 items out of Eastern. Because they all save and quit after the big chest, which I think means that they basically got all the items.
Right.
And the unfortunate part for James's routing is just because he's only got 1 portal in the Dark World, he's got to basically keep walking to this portal every time he wants to go to the Dark World. And by putting off Hype Cave, it's the boots that he's missing out on.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna see a Lamolas from Error. Did not choose to use Fire Rod for at least one of Lamolas. It was quite interesting decision. Although he does the fight very good.
Aries got his first crystal. Mark also picked up his second crystal.
And a piece of heart in the shuffleboard.
So flippers seem to be our next big piece of progression. They do give us access to Eastern Dark Worlds, give us access to flipper checks. So
And it opens the Ice Palace as well if you want to do that dip, that gamble dip to more.
Yeah, the front of ice is open. Front of pod is open. What else? We got Catfish. You could go check if you want to. You got the Pyramid Ledge. Those flippers do open quite a bit. Unfortunately, though, we are still limited to one portal with no hammer.
Yeah, that's quite a big
I
thing here, definitely.
I think Mark forgot about that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's part of the problem with some of these seeds. When you don't get one of your items you usually have for so long, you just start to do things that you forget you can't do.
Yeah, it is quite a bugger, and James actually getting really low here. He has to be careful. Now he's not out of it yet because there can be an enemy on the side of a door. It isn't good. At least his death warp is gonna be quick.
Well,
so waterfall cave for Mark.
Heart and a quarter.
And he's also gonna check what the fairy gives us today. Here's some blue goo. Okay, that's one of the good ones you can get from the fairy.
Yep, we'll take that.
I have one point where I let out a bee just to get a new bee from the fairy.
Got a red rupee on the ledge, and we're gonna go talk to King Scam.
Yeah, hopefully it has something good for once.
Let's see, for 500 rupees today we get bombs.
Well, it's 3 of them, so they must be worth something.
Meanwhile, we blinked and Airy beat Mothula.
Yeah, basically. And it looks like James is on the right way now, at least.
Well, Mark's gonna check up on Death Mountain. The unfortunate thing is, without either hammer or hookshot, we still can't get to Eastern Death Mountain.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is locked for us at the moment. Surprisingly, a lot of stuff.
And we actually don't need to know where that many more items are for Go Mode. We need to know, let's see, we need to know where Hookshot is. We need to find the hammer. We need to find Ether Medallion. Samaria. Might have to find an item to get into Turtle Rock. We don't know yet. It's like maybe 5 items to Go Mode? Or for at least for us to be in No Mode?
Yeah. No, James is going to Mambo's tablet. Turn around, James. You don't want to go here.
Yeah, Aries gonna go check the flipper locations. Plasma heading back to the Dark World through this portal. Of course, this is still our only portal.
Yeah, Mark following his footsteps. They're probably gonna use the flippers on the top of the north of high roll to get in catfish at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing.
Okay, James is turning around and going towards Hype Cave. That's good. I have actually not think about it, but there is a few places in Swamp we can check. At least one check, at least one chest. And I have seen Hammer in that chest before.
So I see Plasma heading to Catfish. I think we got a hint that something was at the fishes, and whatever it was wasn't at Zora, so I think this is going to be junk at Catfish.
Yeah, possibly. At the same time, Mark headed down to the pyramid. Oh, that was something red.
He's not going back for it, so might have just been a red rupee. Yep, I thought I saw was arrows at the fishes, and that's exactly what it was. I think Mark
he's getting his ice rod, so that's something at least.
Yeah, I think Mark got that hint in Desert. He's going to get the ice rod in here.
Yeah, Plasma Kappa is probably also going to get that one of the deal with the scammers.
I'm kind of waiting to see which of these runners goes to something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, who is gonna get the next progression first?
Well, Mark is set up kind of nicely. Once he gets his ice rod in here, and he finishes this up, he can just hit the mirror and go right back to his portal, and he can go to Pod right after that.
Yeah, that is a really good play.
Yeah, Plasma goes back to his portal. He's probably going to do the same. Pod is probably our next big check with Bo. You can get everything but Helmasaur.
Yeah. We're gonna have to imagine that's gonna be the next one. And Mark left the key there because he has already checked the dark room, so he doesn't need to get that one. So that's a really nice heads up play as well.
So Mark's done in Hyrule Castle. Plasma likely will make a dip. Okay, with a red boomerang.
Yeah. That was what I was gonna say.
So yeah, neither runner is gonna pick that up. Not that the boomerang's bad, but you've already got the blue boomerang. You don't really need the red if you got the blue.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Uncle here from Mark.
Ooh, here he takes a death in the overworld. That's gonna hurt because he's got to go back to CAC to get back over here.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite punishing. And we get blue mail from Hobo today. Yeah, we have not seen any clues about the hammer yet. So let's just throw it between us where the hammer can be at this point. We have said Pod. It could also be in the first set or Swamp. Where more?
Pod could be first set Swamp. It could be an Ice Palace, the front of Ice. Of course, Hammer could still also be locked on Eastern Death Mountain behind like Hookshot.
That sounds horrible.
We have seen the green pendant. It was just 20 rupees. Mark is the first to dip pod. Let's see if he finds anything.
Yeah, this is gonna be huge. I can feel it.
We start the small key, so this wasn't necessarily bow locked.
But it was flipper locked at least. At least with the information we have so far.
Right, so I've got 2 small keys so far. That's usually how you start in pod, so no surprise there.
Yeah, there can also be other stuff in this test we just saw, but just getting a key there really makes the routing through pod much simpler, because you can just do these two really quickly after that.
There's our 3rd small key. And number 4.
That tells me that it's gonna have to be something at bow lock section.
Not necessarily. You could have all 6 small keys in the front.
And the party at the back. Okay, a lot of cash at Pyramid Ferry.
So that does eliminate Pyramid Ferry from our checks.
That's good. We do also see Error and the Plasma Kappa following the steps of Mark at this point, so that's good.
Yeah, we've got a pretty close race. Basically, Airy, Plasma, and Mark have all done about the same stuff, and they're all in the same dungeon right now.
And there it is at the Bowlock section of Pod. We find the Mjolnir. That is a very nice one. Surprised that Mark actually decided to just mirror out. He could just use the hammer to get down from the Bowlock section.
So with Hammer, that means Pod can be completed. We have access to Eastern Death Mountain now, which opens 14 chests. 15, but with actually 15, 16, yeah. There's a lot opened up there.
Yeah, and depending on the key logic, Ice Palace could also be a possible location you can go to at this point, but you probably wouldn't want to.
No, I expect these runners to go straight for Death Mountain after they're done in here, because yeah, I think it is like 16 items that just unlocked, and potential. Well, no, you don't have Samari yet, so Turtle Rock's not available.
Oh yeah, right. Plastic Cat has not been in Seaftown yet, so he's gonna use the potion glitch here.
Oh, Plasma will not be able to complete this.
Ooh, that's gonna be a little bit of a big setback for him.
There's the hook shot.
Oh.
Guess what just unlocked?
A lot of places.
Yep, and that also makes Swamp and Logic. Ooh. But yeah, this.
I don't think that one is genuinely too bad, because there's a lot of items that say, oh.
Yeah. But I mean, the between Hammer and Hookshot, this seed has basically been blown wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at this point, they can clear Eastern, clear Pod, clear Ice Palace, though without Samaria, it's possible it could be out of logic.
Well, if you do the bomb jump, you are fine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Great minds think alike, as they say.
Meyer and Turtle Rock would both not be beatable. We need Samaria to get into Turtle Rock, and we need Ether to get into Meyer, as well as Samaria. So
could
We're
possibly need also Quake for Turtle Rock, so
Yeah.
there's still a lot of items in need, surprisingly.
Yeah. We're 2 to 3 items from Go Mode at this point.
And if you want to get technical, 4 if you would count Blue Cane for Laser Bridge, but we don't count that one.
Well, Laser Bridge would also be in logic if they find the other shield.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we don't usually consider that as part of the logic.
It is a part of logic, but we don't acknowledge it.
Alright, Mark taking on Helmasaur. Unfortunately for Plasma, by leaving Thieves Town alone, that's gonna hurt him quite a bit. I mean, this is the right play to come up here now and check all these chests, but he's gotta go to Thieves Town at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to know a fun fact, you can in fact blow off the mask of Helmasaur with bombs. That's a fun fact of the day for you guys in chat.
So Mark's got his 3rd crystal, and he's likely just gonna mirror right after this and go finish Eastern for his 4th.
Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna see here. Oh, I just love the super. We're gonna say error at his Helmasaur fight. And yeah, Ecoherent does bring out the big two. We only really see that strat during Randomizer.
Yeah, he's got Pod down. Mark's on his way to Armos Knights. You know, James has been playing a bit of catch-up for this seed. He's going into Skull Woods, going to go for his 2nd crystal here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the season 2 holo pipe for so long has definitely not played in his favor.
Yeah, it delayed him getting those boots and that fire rod, which unlocked quite a bit. But meanwhile, Plasma is going to give us Paradox Cave at this point. So we're about to see a treasure trove of items up here.
Yeah, there's 7 items in Paradox Cave. The first ones being some hearts. One of them was a piece, another was a container.
Alright, we got 300 rupees, 20 rupees, 5 rupees, red mail, and butter sword.
And while you guys were doing that, Mark just finished Almost Nights as well. But yeah, quite a nice Paradox Cave. Not necessarily stuff we need, but a nice quality of life items nonetheless.
Yeah, those are items, if you have to go out of your way to get them, you won't. But, you know, taking it from random chests, you'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, a lot of the sprites just get so much beautiful with the red mail. And Arrow just finished his Almost Nights fight. James will have to be a little bit careful here against Moth. Ooh, one hit away from that.
Ooh.
Ooh, taking a big hit here from the spike.
Plaza's gonna check Turtle Rock for us. It's Quake. So we need 3 items for Go Mode. Bombos is not needed.
I do feel like I cursed that one. So the floating islands only has big 20. We're gonna see Spiral Cave here from Plasma Kappa. So he's gonna have to kill these gibbos here because he doesn't have a lot of magic. He wants to save them for the tortoise. Ah, that was nice. He got some magic from one of the gibbo.
So far in Death Mountain, we've seen some nice stuff, but we haven't seen progression yet.
Yeah, it's already been quality of life items, so it might have to be that we need to head over to Swamp at this point. We have one place left, and that is Spike. That is Hookshot Cave.
We have not seen
Spike
Hookshot.
Cave also, if you want. So, Big 20, the last shield. So, Laser Bridge is now in logic.
So yeah, that's unfortunately nothing there. Now, for what it's worth, with our pendant alignments, I think his Plasma's going to go do this now. Spike Cave is in logic because we have pedestal access. So you could get through Spike Cave if you were to do that. So going for Spike Cave wouldn't be a bad idea. You just got to make sure you have enough resources to get through it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so just Couch Cast from Bombo's tablet as well. And it looks like Plasma Kappa is gonna head into Hera.
Yeah, he hasn't been in here yet.
Yeah, just dipping in and see if there's anything important in here is generally a good idea. Although we did see James, I think it was James, he did not finish Hera, so we found both of the items before Moldorm.
Yeah, we found both items for Moldorm, and I think they've all checked the pedestal at this point, so they know they don't have to kill a pendant boss if it doesn't have an item.
Interestingly enough, Plasma only checked the first two checks in here and then went away.
It looks like he's gonna go for Ice Palace.
Yeah, I get that is fair. Oh, he's gonna buy some. He went here to buy that bomb capacity upgrade just so that he can get some more bombs.
Yeah, that's a good thing to know, is that when you buy one of those bomb capacity upgrades, you also get a refill on bombs. So it definitely pays to get those.
Okay, some arrows in Ganon's tower. Thank you, game.
James has his tempered sword now. Would have loved to have that for Mothia, I think.
Yeah. And Arrow has also picked up his butter.
And nobody did make the Spike Cave play, but they may not have had the resources for it either.
If you did choose to drop a ball in for the ferry, you would get Blue Goo, so a few of them might have. Although with the different crystals alignment, I think you want to save that one.
This is interesting. Ares gonna dip Swamp Palace.
It technically has more item than ice, so I can see the argument for it.
I mean, you can clear it right now. It is a very interesting call, especially when you have crystal dungeons you can complete. But there are plenty of items here, so maybe it'll pay off for him.
Yeah, we did see that. We have seen another pendant dungeon coming through, so it might hope for that. But I think it's generally because there is a lot of items down here.
Yeah, I mean, so far, ice has been empty for plasma.
And there is our fourth bottle.
And Mark is also dipping ice. Now, Aries said this could also be a play because he just feels behind. He's taken some unfortunate deaths, had some unfortunate routing as well. So he might just be making a play to try to make time up.
Yeah, I can see that as well. And there is also one extra hint in here, and we did get some information about Mario there. I did not think there was anything special on the right side, along the Trilog side of Mario.
Yeah, it's just some bombs and a compass. That does cut one item out of Meyer. One item
Yeah,
we'll know.
That's pretty nice, absolutely.
Yeah, right now we're looking for Samaria, Ether, and Quake.
Yeah, that is right now where we are. If Error finds any of those three items here in Swamp, then this play was definitely a really nice one.
Well, so far,
yeah, so far Ice Palace has been pretty dry.
Yeah. No, Aries gonna go to the back first. I think he has that hint about what's on the left side of Swamp.
Yeah, I want to remember that we have seen the hint about that one.
It's a map and a big key. Oh, there's King of Samaria.
Ooh, okay, I liked it. So both Chief Town and Swamp coming through here.
Yep, 2 of the 3 pendant dungeons required.
That is indeed an interesting one, to say the least.
So now we're down to Cape, or sorry, we're down to Ether and Quake. Aries gonna take on Argus.
And he has goals also, this is gonna be pretty quick as well. Does he get the one? No, 2 puffs too few. That was very, very close on Error.
Well, we do know the map and a big key are on the left side of Swamp.
So yeah, definitely easier at task if you want to go. Oh, there's Quake! So Pearl Rock is beatable, so he definitely wants to head up there now.
That was a very good play by Airy. He just got a big advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And for all we know, if there's 6 items in Turtle Rock, there's a good chance that that is where our Eve medallion is.
I think Airy's gonna go straight for Turtle Rock. Yeah, he's pushing that advantage from Swamp. He's going to Turtle Rock.
There has to be an item here on Coast there to make this play good for both Plasma and Mark at this point.
Well, with Gold Sword, this will be a fast Cold Stare fight.
Yeah, your blinking is over. Hey, look at that, it's over. And it was a small key, so it was technically red cane locked. Okay, so Ice didn't play out here. That's interesting.
So you gotta wonder if Turtle Rock's gonna pay off. We don't have a lot of locations left.
Yeah, we're quite dry on locations. It's gonna have to be here in Turtle Rock, I think.
I mean, Turtle Rock, we do have Spike Cave. We do have. Well, we need Ether for Meyer. Meyer's gonna be go mode.
Yeah, Meyer's gonna be go moded at this point, definitely.
Yeah, I have a feeling Ether's got to be in here.
Yeah, either that or Spike, because that is right now the only things I can think about. But we see Plasma Kappa now also making the play at Swamp. And there's Powder.
Okay, there's another location it could be.
Yeah, we did not have Mushroom yet, so we couldn't fake Powder either. So yeah, that's one more location.
Oh, it could also be at Hammer Pegs. We never saw Hammer Pegs.
Actually, that makes Powder getting Powder here really nice, because you could chain those two together. It's gonna be interesting to see what Mark decides to go to next.
I think for Mark, he might be forced into Swamp as well. And yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. That is good for him.
Yeah, I think for Mark and Plasma, just thinking about our locations again, they were kind of shoehorned into coming here. Like they had maybe some single checks left, but beyond that, it's basically this. Plasma, of course, still has Thieves Town he has to go to get the bow.
Yeah, that one is not paying out for him at the moment. And yeah, generally seeing, just doing the first 4-6 in Thieves Town is pendant is quite standard, so I'm quite surprised not to see him actually dip into there while he was doing Wheels of Outcast. Oh, the perfect pixel there for him to just dash past the lasers there.
Well, so far we've got 3 keys, Big Key, and Powder from the chests in Turtle Rock.
Meaning that Laser Blade is gonna have to be loaded at this point.
Well, first we got Mimic Cave. We'll most likely be seeing Airy check as soon as he gets there.
Yeah, we have not seen the hint about that one yet.
Oh, that's a nice pokey alignment. That was quick.
Blink and you missed it. Oh, look away at the chat. And you miss it, because that was I
mean, they leapt right at him. It was perfect setup for him.
Why does that never happen to me? But yeah, we see Plasma Kappa picking up his Kano's Maria here. And he's gonna pick up his Quake in just a bit. So yeah, some blueberries from Mimic, so not too many seconds left here in Turtle Rock. I do consider Mimic to be a part of Turtle Rock. Ooh, there's a mushroom as well.
Another fetch quest.
Okay, we might have to rename Turtle Rock to Side Quest Rock.
That hurts a little bit when you're coming out of here, because there's a bunch of small locations now you can check.
The good thing is that you can float to the witches though, so that one doesn't take too far. Oh, it doesn't take too long.
Yeah, these checks, it won't take too long. It's just more annoying. It's like, I gotta go here, then over here.
Ooh, yeah, and which one do you go for first as well?
So Mark is going on the left side. Gonna grab that big key. I don't recall if we saw the compass in Swamp.
Oh, that's actually a good point here. I don't think we are done. I don't think we've seen everything here yet.
If we got the compass and any other chests beyond the big chest, then this could be an interesting play.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it's an item that they skipped. Nothing on laser
Okay.
bridge. You got the net.
That's gotta count for something. And a little nice item dash from Arrow there to get through that a little bit quicker. And Plasma Kappa is heading into Chief Town. It is exactly what he needed to do. The question is though, is he gonna go and full clear it?
He might, considering what he's got left. You know, Ares is gonna give us a really quick kill of Trinix.
Yeah, he was not even allowed to attack at all in this first phase.
So there's the big key. Mark knows the other chest is the map.
And that's the compass for Error, so Eva is not here.
So that... yeah, we got nothing in there. But we did get some fetch quests, which could lead to it.
Yeah, so we have 4
Wait, there was
places.
That must have been Berna then on pedestal, not Cape.
Yeah, it must have been. So that means that we have just a few more locations. We have Spike Cave, we have Pigs, Powder, and Mushroom.
That said on the pedestal where this become invisible, but maybe it was invincible.
Yeah, those 2 words are quite equal to each other. And there's silver from the Mushroom.
Okay, you'll take that.
Yeah, definitely. I take that every day. Just make it that Ganon fight a little bit easier.
And Ares gonna go for Peg Game and Magic Bat. If it's not here, things get interesting quick.
Yeah, because then it's Spike Cave at this point. Because that one is technically in logic with the cape being in the swamp.
Oh, Mark left swamp and didn't clear it.
Ooh, that's gonna be huge. He might not have seen what medallion is needed to enter Turtle Rock. So Pigs is busted.
Here's Magic Bat. If it's not here, Ether is likely at Spike Cave.
You who summoned me, I'll forever curse you with Ether. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1:13:23, Error is in go mode.
Okay, so in the end, Turtle Rock does pay off quite well. You get the silvers and Ether out of it. Eri just has to go finish off Meyer, and because he decided to hold on ice, he's got a go mode Ice Palace ahead of him.
Yeah, and we did get, want to say we get the big key quite quick as well, so that's gonna go by really quick as well.
He doesn't even need the big key for Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that I can't do the bomb jump, so me it instantly fits with, okay, where's the big key?
Fair enough.
So yeah, Error definitely have a big advantage here. And Mark decided to do a lot in Hera, and he's gonna do Spike.
Yeah, with that cape, it's in logic form.
Ooh. And James have decided to head over to Ice as well.
Well, let's see. Does Mark? Is there anything that could really help Mark in here? I guess we're about to find out.
I don't think so.
No, heart container helps, but not by much. Yeah, I think actually we've seen like every unique item in this game at this point. And we technically haven't seen Burnout, but we know where it is.
Yeah, I think we have seen all of the unique items. It would be one of those really weird ones like 10 bombs or a single arrow, but I think we've seen a single arrow. Or I might still be in the Link match I had earlier, weird mindset, so... And Error did get the hint about where the big key is, so he's heading over to the file locked side here directly.
No, I don't think he did, because there's some compasses and some bombs and a compass are over here.
Oh, right. Well, at least he didn't go into the cutscene torches, at least.
There's a little piece of logic a lot of runners know. If you open that one chest that Aerie did, and there's a small key in there, that means the big key has to be in the cutscene chest.
Oh, even I didn't know that. You learn something new every day, and there is the big key.
I forget how that logic works, but that is a piece of logic that holds. I think it can be in the cutscene chest if there isn't a key there as well. But if there is a key there, then it has to be in cutscene chest.
As I said, you learn something new every day.
So Ares heading to Vitreous. He's got silver arrows. He's gonna make Vitreous a pincushion.
Oh, Plasma missed a shot on one of Amos. He's gonna have to be careful here.
Yeah, he's out of sync. Gets it back though, and he's got Eastern done. So at this point, let's see what these runners need to do. And as Mark is way off, unfortunately, at this point. Plasma needs to go to Turtle Rock, gets the powder to get ether.
And
Mark
get
needs
mushroom
to
get silvers if he wanted to do that.
And then Mark needs to go back to Swamp and finish it to get Quake, so he can go into Turtle Rock to get mushroom and powder to get silvers and ether.
Yeah, that's horrible. You're gonna say spin strat here from Error. He had the silver, so he could have decided to play this a little bit more safer, but nah. Play like that is for pushes, apparently.
Ares in go mode. He doesn't really care. He's just gonna do it the way he feels most comfortable.
Now, guys, we're not quite there yet. I kind of reminded myself there not to announce that yet. But we have seen so far 2 people have forfeited from this race, so there are quite a lot of places up for grabs so far.
We have not had anybody finish yet, so we could still see one of these racers finish in first.
And with how the item placement have been, I think Arrow is in a pretty good spot at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I bet that there is a lot of people who went ice like the other runners did. And yeah, just generally Swamp Pendant, I don't think there's a lot of people who decided to gamble that one early.
And kind of looking back at the seed, this seed wasn't really an open seed. This was a somewhat, not fully linear, but it was a somewhat linear seed here for a lot of it. You got bottlenecked at several points in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, early you got bottlenecked by Eastern. You had to go there to get your Dark World access. Then you got bottlenecked by the boots and the boots in Hype Cave. Then that had to take you to the flippers in deserts, which then took you to the hammer in pod, which then allowed you to get into swamp to get Samaria and Ether to
And
then go.
at one point you had to go into Chief Town as well to get the
Yep, you
bow.
had. Yeah.
So yeah, quite a horrible seed when you're thinking about it.
I mean, considering that we have go mode, not even we had not before an hour 15. It's not really that bad of a seed. I think I've seen a lot worse.
Yeah, still it is not. I would not consider this one being a newbie friendly seed at all.
But definitely not. Mark's gonna turn his.
Which is what I generally want to see when it is these weekly races. Or these dailies, should I say.
Mark's fluting to 4. Is he gonna go back into swamp?
Yes, he is. Oh, he's gonna be kicking himself over once you see what Argus has. I feel like he must have counted wrong when it comes to the items after he found the cave.
Meanwhile, on Ares' side, he has Cold Stare down. That's his 7th crystal. He's on his way to Ganon's tower.
So now guys and girls in chat, we have a little game for you. Where is Ganon's tower big key? Guess a number between 1 and 22, and if you win, you will get a shout out. We don't have the bot with us today because this is not a league match or a tournament match for that matter.
Yeah, since it's a daily race, we have racers who already could be in GT. We do not run the bot for it.
What do you think it's gonna be?
I like to just say it's in vanilla spots behind Ice Armos. Usually I guess 15, but more racers have been going right first lately, so that doesn't put it into the Ice Armos room anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna say number 9. That is one of my 3 lucky numbers.
And actually, I mean, this he really... I mean, it did have some bad logic, forcing you to dip 2 pendant dungeons. Beyond that, though, yeah, it really hasn't been that terrible. I mean, you're going to be going into GT with gold sword, red mail, silver arrows. You basically have everything you could ever want.
Yeah, and you only really needed to double dip Eastern, but I don't even consider that one being a bad one. So yeah, guys, get your guesses in quick, because as soon as Error steps into GT, you can't guess anymore. And you can't guess anymore. So Arrow is going either Dark Magician or full left. So number 1 is a Piece of Heart. Number 2 is a small key. Number 3 is 10 arrows. Number 4 is compass. And number 5 is a small key. And he is doing Dark Magician. Number 6 is another small key. Number 7 is 10 arrows.
So no early GT big key. That means routing could definitely come into play in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering that one of the chests here in the first right side room was a small key, people can go into right side directly.
You know, Plasma is about to finish Turtle Rock. I think Mark grabbed his Quake medallion. He's going up to Turtle Rock. James is
Number 8 is 50. Number 9 is 10 bombs. Number 11 is half medic, and number 12 is blueberries. So continue your line of thought.
James also just picked up Quake. Can go into Turtle Rock now.
So not seeing a full right from error. So yeah, if it is ice almost as you said, it is gonna be a very high number. And there it is. Number 13, if I counted correctly.
Actually, I think that was 12.
Okay, 12. Let's see. If that was number 12, then it is Psychomentris 22 who guessed first.
I think it was 12 because we still had the hookshot chest, we had the 4 in Rando room, we had Bob's chest, the 3 behind Ice Armos. That's 9 right there, and then we also had Tile room.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to Psychomentris 22.
So yeah, there were 10 locations not checked. So it definitely was 12. Now, Plasma's got his silvers. He's heading over towards the peg game, and then he'll be going to the magic bat. He's about to hit the go mode.
Yeah, he did. He also went off and dropped the mushroom as that we saw Arrow do. So yeah, he's also gonna have silvers for Ganon. And he's gonna want to pick up some more arrows as well at some point. And yeah, actually looking at Mark and James, because Mark hold off finishing Swamp for so long, James have basically is breathing down his neck at this point.
Yeah, this has turned into a bit of a close race between the two of them.
It will basically come down to execution and where you decide to go on in GT. If you would follow standard the route or do through left, you would find the big key pretty quickly. And Plasma Kappa is now in go mode as well.
Ooh, little off there for Airy. I think he'll still be fine to get to the store. Yep. He's going to drink a red potion for safety.
Yeah, he does. That is nice to have that. That's it. And waiting just a tiny bit not to go up the stairs there too early. If you do that at the same time as the torches unlit in the room earlier, you do despawn all of the enemies in the GT, and that means that you can't fight Molom 2 and you can't beat Agahim 2, so you're stuck then and have to redo the whole gauntlet.
Airy not bothering with any chests, going straight from Moldorm 2.
Yeah, he has already gotten anything he need. And he's not gonna steal from the worm, so at least he's a nice man. I just recently learned the dash there, and it just feels so good nailing it. But yeah, we are gonna go into Geometry Wizard. that was a double. Oh, that blue ball really upset it for him.
Potentially nice lineup there. He gets a double.
And another double, so he only has the pig left.
And we still don't have a finisher, so he is playing for first.
Yeah, it's his race to lose at this point.
And let's see what Ganon's tidbit of information we get today. Yeah, something a little closer to vanilla.
Yeah. Oh, I just love that positioning from Ganon. He's so nice. And he's gonna do dash strat as well at him.
Yep, he's easily got the 1-1. He's already into phase 3.
You're gonna see how many jumps he does in phase 3. 2. So far, this is a nice phase 3. 3. Yeah, only 3 extra jumps. That's really good.
Alright, he just needs to fire 4 silver arrows into Ganon.
And an excellent fire roll shot there. And he could potentially get a triple here. He gets it! Ladies and gentlemen, Error is gonna go across the bridge. He is gonna come in at an official time of 1 hour 32 minutes and 3 seconds, and that has earned him the first place in this race. Get out the GGs in set 4.
Yeah, he had a little trouble early, had some unfortunate overworld deaths, but recovered very nicely, made an early play into Swamp that paid off big for him, and he took first in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to imagine that Swamp play is what made him get the first place.
Well, Plaza's on his seventh crystal boss now. He's a bit low on arrows, so he's gonna do some spins.
Yeah, and he's walking so that he will not get too poisoned either by the water. But he's taking a lot of damage from the lightning. But he gets it nonetheless. And basically between Mark and James, it is a boss fight between them. And we see that Mark will also pick up his silver arrows.
You know, Plasma's got 7 crystals down, he's going to GT.
Yeah, Mark is gambled that it is in Batcave and not at Pegs, so earning a little bit of time there. And we are joined by our first placer, Error. GG to you.
Oh, thanks. That was not one I expected. Holy crap.
Alright, let's talk about the big play first. It's the play into Swamp Palace. What was your thinking going in there?
Well, I died in front of Eyeshot Cave, and I died in front of Pyramid, so I had to make up some time. And I figured I'll just make the play to full clear Swamp instead of Ice, and hope to make up the time there. And then it worked out, I guess. I mean, at first I found a cane, and that didn't really do much on its own. So at that point, I was kind of committed to do left side as well. But once I found Quake on Argus, I thought just doing Turtle Rock was enough incentive.
Yeah, really good gamble there from you. That was definitely a big play.
Yeah, I'm not usually one to call like plays to dip a certain dungeon over another one a gamble, but this one was definitely one in my eyes. Because I definitely think that eyes would be the correct play to make in 90% of the cases.
So early on, as you mentioned, you did take some unfortunate deaths. Did put you a little bit behind early. We also know she took a bit of a different route than some of the other runners. She's doing South Shore first. Any thoughts to how you were routing that? Like, is there a specific logic you have on it?
Right. So this is something that I mean, I don't think it's necessarily Wayne's route. It might be actually, but he likes delaying Kakariko as much as possible to either find Bottle Flute, so you don't have to revisit that at some point, or like 2 pieces of Dark World Axes, and then be able to find the last piece in Kakariko and immediately enter Dark World from Kakariko. That's the idea, that you try to find as many pieces as possible so you don't have to revisit the Kakariko area at a later stage. It didn't really work out this seed because, well, you had a ball on Kakariko, Flute was in library, and, well, Moonpro was in a very, in a location that you really don't check before Kakariko in any situation. So it didn't really work out this time, and especially because you have less equipment, no health, it is easier to die in front of stuff like Ice Road Cave, or even Minimal Low Cave can be a bit dangerous at times. I threw a lot of bombs, but yeah. That's pretty much the thought behind it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think the fact where Boots and Fire Rod was kind of made so that you get back into, because that was a really horrible occasion for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the mids and the mirrors, you're going to do a lot of overworld, like around the Village Battlecast area before heading to Hype Cave. So it wasn't the best location, but once you found Fire Rod and the boots, you could really do so much efficiently, because then you get access to the flute, you can do the entire Mire and Desert area, you can finish off Skullwoods, check ped, all that stuff. So this seed really rewarded you for being efficient.
Yeah, we basically saw James FNX basically lost item location in the Hype Cave.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, but at the same time, because of that, he then didn't have too much left, so he basically then just had to follow the logic.
Yeah.
And right now he's battling against Mark. They are basically just a few room away from each other. Because Mark did something else as well. He decided to not completely finish Swamp.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he picked up the red cane, and he checked also the big key says, which was the cape today, which was one that you didn't check, but he didn't go back to Argus.
That's interesting, because the cane really doesn't unlock anything by itself, and I'm not sure if you can assume that there's only one item in Swamp that's progression.
Yeah, and then we had Plasma Kappa, which took the longest time to check Chief Town. So that's basically what you have to fight against here on the restream.
So one other thing we noticed this seed was you had to dip 2 pendant dungeons. Of course, the other pendant dungeon was a little easier to dip in Thieves Town. Was that just part of like with how the world was set up that you kind of had to do the full loop early on?
Yeah, Yeah, I guess. I mean, I see the front forest of Thief's Town pretty much as a part of Overworld. It can be anywhere between 0 and 3 items, and that's okay. I mean, if you find one, maybe you want to go back later once you find the hammer. But with 2, I was happy just leaving it as is. But I think having to enter a pen or 2 is not that unheard of. So yeah, I wasn't feeling too bad entering Swamp. Mainly because, like I said, I was not feeling too good about the race in the first place. So
You're saying that, but you got first somehow.
yeah, I know. I was surprised. I was honestly surprised because I don't think it's unfeasible for others to have gone into Swamp pretty early as well. But yeah.
Well, we were looking at the scene, and it kind of, for a little bit at least, it was somewhat linear, in that once you got to Dark World, you had to get the boots, to then get the flippers in Desert, to then get the hammer in Pod, and then you could go into Swamp. So you probably you wouldn't have gone into Swamp until you had cleared 4 dungeons. At least 4 crystal dungeons.
That's true.
And just to get a little bit thing in here, we have seen Dracarys finish in 2nd place, Big Dunka in 3rd, Syd in 4th, and Glowing in 5th, and Pinky to Rose at 6th. Continue.
Yeah, but I'd say overall, this seed was, despite the linear parts you had at some points, I'd say overall it was a bit nicer than some of the other seeds I've seen.
Yeah, it really wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you can find worse. At least I did earlier today, but I'm not gonna talk about that one here.
And the main point, I guess, is that there was nothing in ice and everything was in swamp. Maybe that's like the worst part about the seed, but like definitely early mid is very gentle. Lots of items thrown towards you. You can do so much efficiently, and yeah, I guess the hammer in pod is probably the big bottleneck for a lot of runners at first. Maybe if someone did agate him early for some reason, they would feel incentivized to go into pod, but with the mids and moon pearl together, that seems unlikely.
Yeah, and also kind of swamp would also say was also a big thorn in the side.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get that one, you had everything really beeline for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, at this point we have pretty much the dot dones coming in pretty quick succession now. We've already got 11 of our 57 runners done at this point.
Yeah, a few of them is just a few seconds between, so it's a really exciting one here at the end. However, the last time I did a daily race, we had 2 ties.
So don't want to keep it too long, Ari. Any final thoughts on this one?
No, not really. I guess I'm happy that the one time that I make an actual gamble, it works out. And thank you guys for having me. Thanks for doing everything around the restream and stuff. So I guess I'll head out for now, and good luck with the rest of the commentary.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and congrats on the first place.
Very much.
So, meanwhile, we've got Plasma on Aga 2. As we mentioned, we have 11 people done, so he's playing currently for 12th. Never mind, it'll be 13th now.
Yeah, someone just came in.
But yeah, Plasma's gonna be a similar situation to Airy. He's got butter, he's got silvers, he's ready to tear Ganon apart.
Yeah, James is the only one of our resumed who did not turn in the mushroom, so he does not have silvers.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little angry when he finds out where those silvers were.
Does it say Batcave or does it say the Light World?
It'll say Light World.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I mean, does say the witches or the Light World? I mean.
Yeah, it'll definitely say Light World. Now, worth remembering that everyone gets the same teleports on this cannon, as long as they don't take a death or fall. I really hope I didn't just jinx anything.
We probably did on someone who is not restreamed. So Plasma Kappa was unable to set up Torch Glitch, unfortunately. We'll get a double though, so a bit made it up.
And Ganon's down for Plasma. Just has to cross that bridge.
Yeah. He comes in at the 15th place, the official SRL time of 1:46:20. And I kind of agree with the Triforce here. And we are joined by Plasma Kappa. GG to you.
GG.
So, you held off Thief Town for a long time.
Yeah? I want the hammer. So I could get big chest plays in Galaxy Brain, my way to victory.
Yeah, I can get that. But we do see a lot of runners suits to just check the first 4. And then head out of there until they have the hammer.
I mean, it was pendant. Maybe if
Yeah.
it was crystal, but probably not even then. Like, yeah, I'll just come back here and do it when I get the hammer. And by the time I got the hammer, it was already too late.
Yeah, a few of the item locations were really bad today.
Oh, yes. Oh. I was just hoping the bow wasn't in there, but...
Lo and behold, it was.
It's like, okay, I can go up to TR, or I can go get my bow from Thieves Town. Go get my bow from Thieves Town, which I know 100% that's where it is.
But yeah, what are your thoughts about the seed in general?
I mean, come in, zoomed. Spent a very long amount of time playing the hammer logic game. At least I skipped the back of Hera in Spike Cave and relied on our good friend to fetch quests.
Yeah, those fetch quests did come into good play here.
Yeah, so basically Arrow decided to go to Swamp before Ice. That is where he separated from you and Mark.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought about it.
Yeah, while James decided to last location Hype Cave.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, I can go to Swamp, which is likely high yield, or I can do combo hammer checks and the bow checks. I'm like, okay, I'm done here. I'm just gonna go to Swamp Palace.
And you want to know what separated you and Mark?
And what is that?
He did not. He decided not to Argus, but he did went to Swamp to get the Red Cane, but he did not do Argus.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, a nice triple finish there from Mark with the silvers.
Yeah. And Mark's gonna finish in 24th place with a time of 1:50.14.
Yeah, send a GG to instead to Mark. But are there any other thoughts about Seed?
Oh well, conditional GT failed again. Thanks, conditional GT. Maybe I should just check that chest down there. It's basically a free chest.
Yeah.
Every seed, I'll go full left and try to Galaxy Brain the GT big key based on the number of small keys I get. It works sometimes.
Yeah. Or decide to do what has been crowned standard with doing the first two on the right and then do full left.
Well, good race, good game to you, and hope to see you around here for more races.
Yep.
Gonna see if Mark decides to join us. At the same time, James has just headed into his Armor 2 Wizard fight.
Yeah, we are up to 28 done at this point.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of who have finished, and I don't think we have seen too many forfeits either. I think we've seen 4 at max, which is quite surprising with how the seed was.
Hey guys, I'll take off.
Thanks for joining
for
us.
all you do. Yep.
Yeah, see you, Kappa. And we are joined by Mark. GG to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Argus.
Yeah. I think I read 2 hints and I mixed them up. I mixed up the mire and the swamp hint. I thought there were bombs and big key in the left side swamp, so I counted 6 by accident, and then I wasn't sure once I went to Hera, and then I had to read the hint again, and then I saw that it was just the map and the big key. I was like, oh, there's one more in there. This has to be it. But I didn't go back there immediately. I figured there's 3 more open locations, and that is Thieves Town, 2 items, and then Green Pendant, and then Argus. So yeah. So I feels good.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Then, okay, then understand your reasoning. Yeah, we would be surprised to see you skip out on Argus, especially since we saw Error decides to head there before going to Ice like you and Plasma did, because you guys were otherwise fairly tied.
Yeah, I could see that. I thought it was pretty linear. Getting book, boots. Hype Cave was really nice. Getting boots and flute pretty much right after. Made for interesting routing after that, but flippers in desert really kind of led us to either swamp or the pod area. I was happy to find hammer and pod. But yeah, it was pretty linear, so I feel like it would be kind of pretty tight until that moment. The moment of the mistake, for sure.
Yeah, and the James just finished Ganon. I was gonna say something else, but I saved that for when it comes in. But yeah, send your GGs to James FNX in. He is gonna come in with an official time of 1:55 flat, and that earns in a 30th place. GG to him.
GG.
But yeah, because you read the hints wrong, basically, going into Meyer, you guys were about half the temple between each other. What made the difference was that he did not turn in the mushroom.
Oof. Okay. Oof. He must have went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must have went to Magic Bat first. And I guess he didn't get silvers. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. I see.
And we are joined by James FNX.
Hey.
How did that feel?
I mean, this seed went out of its way to make me feel stupid at every turn. Yeah, I think I would have been faster if I'd just done Aghanim.
Yeah, possibly. Although, what I didn't tell Mark yet, but basically, you hold off Hype Cave for too long.
Yeah, because I didn't have a hammer, and instead of walking the purple chest down, I fluted to save and quit and get down that way, and that was a mistake. But I think I would have finished a fair amount faster if I'd just done Aghanim. There was a time before I went up the mountain where I was going to do Aghanim, and I would have just been forced into Pod and gotten Hookshot and Hammer and opened up the seed a lot more than what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was actually there was a time where it was quite even between you and Mark. You're basically going to Meyer. You guys were half Meyer. The head was Mark over here because he decided he got the hints wrong, so he did not finish Argus.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently he mixed up Meyer and Swamp Hint.
Yeah, I thought it was bombs and Big Key in the left side swamp. I guess I had read it wrong, or I'd mixed up, because I think it was bombs and compass fire locked, and then it was map and Big Key on left side swamp. So
yeah, I never saw the hint for Meyer, and I knew it was map and Big Key and swamp. So I with one item left and having gotten Quake and opened up Turtle Rock, I just went up there. Like, if it's in Big Chest, I'm finishing like 3 hours behind everyone, but whatever.
Yeah, so one thing that's also made a little bit of difference between you is the mushroom. So the silvers gave you mushroom.
Yeah, both mushroom and powder were in Turtle Rock, and I was going to check mushroom after, because I had 2 checks in Kakariko area. I still had hammer pegs to do, so I did that along with powder or magic bat and got what I needed there. But mushroom was next on the list.
Yeah, unfortunate that you did not do mushroom first, because we saw the other 3 doing that basically. And talking about Error and Plasma Kappa, Error decided to go swamp before Ice, while Plasma Kappa and Mark went there. Before that, they were basically tied.
Mm-hmm.
And Plasma Kappa hold off Chief Town for a long time, but considering that it was a pendant, we can't blame him for that.
Yeah, and yeah, it had the bow, but Pod didn't have, or Pod had 2 items, but you could have like forced it if you went early and got those. You didn't need the bow to get them. The bow wasn't all that critical. Getting into Pod as soon as you could was really what I think broke the seat open for people and left me behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, any other thoughts about the seed?
No, I just, like I said, every decision that I made made me feel stupid almost immediately after, especially at the end where I'm like, I probably need some more magic, and then the next chest to open is half magic and Ganon's Tower, which was kind of funny, but... No, other than that, it was people. I made decisions that were clearly wrong, and got burned for it. But happens. I'm very used to knowing where everything's at. I've been doing a lot of the spoiler tournament qualifier, grinding those out. So I haven't done an actual rando in a couple weeks, so it's a bit rusty. But wasn't that far off the pace of everyone. And other than dumb death and Thieves Town, I thought I played okay.
All right. Any other last words from you, Mark?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Remember the hints, and that's my advice for myself on the next siege. Just to remember the hints, and because I think I would have, did pretty decent. I wouldn't have had to do Thieves Town or Hera or any of the other things I did in the in between going back into or leaving Swamp Palace and then going back in. So that had to, yeah, it stings, but I got to remember that for next time for sure.
Yeah, well, good race from both of you. Hope to see you here in future races, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thank you, GG.
GG, indeed. So, looking at the race chat, there currently 37 people have completed as we are gonna wrap this stream up. Thanks so much to D2 Kemps and It's to the Mo for doing the tracking. Thanks so much for Speed Gaming for setting up this wonderful event. I want to thank my co-commentator, Brewers fan JP, for doing a commentary with me today. My name is Angels, and we are signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys.
Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching.